I have a question, actually. So in June, there was actually a study that came out that basically linked sidewalks and other things in the built environment very specifically to people's health. And so, well, there's been a lot of people that have been studying that kind of thing over the past 10 years, and this came out and said, you know, this is the truth, because I have letters that follow after my name, makes them very smart.
Yeah.
So, so I think when we look at Seattle, and in particular, you know, you might have heard about you know, being fitness-oriented persons, probably heard about the obesity epidemic, that kind of thing.
Sure.
You know, people that are, you know, diverse populations, much more susceptible. So when you were talking about Seattle and infrastructure, and I think I heard you say earlier, we still want to prioritize, you know, roads and that kind of thing. I'm just wondering if we're not going to, you know, go all out with pedestrian and bicycle infrastructure. Do you have other ideas that are going to make Seattle's communities healthier?
Well, one of the ways that I did it personally was establishing and investing in areas where health and fitness needed to be more of a priority, such as the central area of Seattle, a very diverse population, a very economically challenged neighborhood. There we were on the corner of 22nd and Jackson with a fitness and physical therapy facility. I did likewise up in the Hilltop in Tacoma for 7 years, right again in a disadvantaged neighborhood. Again, I like to teach and inform and lead by example. And so what we have here in the city of Seattle is a huge ocean liner. It's not going to turn on a dime. We need to just continue navigating through the waters we're going through, which number one for me right now as a small business owner is our economic downturn. And the way to get out of that is keeping our businesses in business and to build back up our tax base again through what the businesses would feed into that. The next piece is to continue looking at our transit and transportation piece, how to get around safely and effectively. I want cars to move through and keep on going and not stop in the gridlock all day long. We'll gradually evolve to more and more of environmentally friendly and bicycles and walking and pedestrians by leading by example. That's the thing to do. And so I'll be leading the way on all those kind of charges. Right now, I'd say it's virtually impossible for people to discard all their cars and jump on bicycles and start walking in the next, you know, before my term is over. But we'll work towards it.
One follow-up question, and so much of this relates to funding, but in discussing the bicycle master plan, in your questionnaire you expressed support for it, but said that maybe it could be improved by doing things like providing actual bicycles to those who can't afford them and to implement a bike sharing program.
Yes.
So how do you make that sort of program a reality given the difficult fiscal situation we're in?
Well, you do that by partnering with other cities. I'm sure there's tons of bicycles in various cities around the country even that we could take a look at how we get some of those bicycles here to Seattle. There's manufacturers who we could talk to who could possibly provide a volume price break for us to make the bicycles very, very affordable. There's grants that we could submit to the federal government and say, hey, we want to embark upon a fitness and wellness and overall more pedestrian and bicycle friendly environment. How can we do this? So there's many ways of doing that without digging further or running our deficit even deeper with the city budget. I would look at those things first. I do want to make sure that we run a more fiscally responsible and fiscally conservative city government, and make sure that the bureaucratic layers of all the administration and overhead that we have in the city, and it's very top heavy, can be streamlined somewhat and can be more effective and more efficient and more quick to respond and more nimble on its feet. We could save a lot of money doing that. And so those are all things we'll take a look at and make sure that we can start freeing up some funds within our own means, but also looking at outside. And this is what you do with collaboration and with partnering.
You brought up kind of the top-heavy city government, and I understand there have been a lot of objections to Mayor Nichols' program of having a lot of strategic advisors and so forth, very highly paid individuals working for the city.
Sure.
Are you pledging to stop that practice, or you know, kind of what would be your approach to running a city bureaucracy?
What I'd like to do upon becoming mayor of the city is to go about each and every department and each and every department head and supervisor and manager and conduct a performance audit review. Who's doing what and how well are they doing it? I have a sense that there's a tremendous amount of duplication and replication and triplication of management layer after layer after layer. We've got over 13,000 city employees, and over 700 of them make over $100,000 a year. That's a lot of money, and a lot of those folks are mid-management personnel. Do we need all of that? I'm looking at streamlining that, making it more efficient, more effective, and we probably can free up quite a bit of some of the monies that we spend on our administration just by doing those meetings. And we'll see, and I'm very confident that we can do that.
Great, thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
So many.
Thanks. Oh.